Well, welcome. Happy New Year to everybody. It's now well past New Year's, but I haven't been on chance to have a go. My Christmas was fairly quiet. New Year's, I decided I'd get ill for no reason at all. Family had a bit of a stomach bug, and I was the last to get it. And so I spent my New Year's Eve and day suffering with that. And for the first time ever, I managed to not be able to drink for about 4 or 5 days of anything, and I ended up hallucinating, which is a very weird sensation. I actually can remember seeing somebody cleaning my toilet, a little old lady, and some of my friends were in the loft. And funnily enough, I was never scared. I don't know why. Anyway, that's enough about my ailments. I'm now fit and ready to go. Waiting to start doing some stuff around. I've got both the trikes more or less sorted. I'm just waiting to MOT one of them, but I can't get across, and I have to go all the way across to the Pentland Firth to a garage over near Doonway, because that's the nearest one that does MOTs for a trike. Everything's ready with it, and then the other one will be needing doing straight after. But I need the ferries to be running twice a day, because I don't want to go across, spend an hour or two on the MOT, and then have to spend a couple of days waiting for the next ferry. So I'm waiting till the weather's settled a bit. Also, trikes are great, but not good in snow. That middle wheel doesn't seem to run in one furrow or the other, and it makes it fair exciting times. I remember in past days, I actually remember going in a Robin Reliant, which is a old-fashioned three-wheel car, and that was easy to flip, but it was also easy to flip back if you've got 3 lads in it. But I don't want to be trying that with my new trikes. Anyway, I was going to show you how to put this latest bike back together that I've got in here, but the gasket I sent for arrived on Thursday, only to be it's the wrong one. So I'm waiting for a new one to come, and then I'll show you how to put this bike together. If you bear with me a minute, we're just going to flip the screen. So here we are, my latest project. This is my SRX 400cc engine, and it's had a problem for the last couple of years. It would run for so long and then stop. I've tested everything and everything proved okay. I'd swap bits out, the coil wasn't quite right to spec. I've changed the CDI unit, which helped a little bit but not completely, and now I'm changing the pickup and the stator up on the alternator here. So I've stripped it out, as you can see. I'm putting a new alternator and pickup, ignition pickup on there. It's generally thought that that may well be the cause, because it runs about 10 miles and then gets really nice and warm and stops. So something's overheating and then not working. On all these intermittent faults, it's always easy when you're in your workshop, but it never breaks down in your workshop. Anyway, I've sent for a new gasket. As you can see there, there's a seal, and they've sent the wrong one, so I'm waiting for a new one. Hopefully that'll come this week, and I can button this all back together and get it back out into the other shed, and then I'm going to start work on the sidecar outfit, which hopefully I'll do some videoing on and see if we can get that to run. As I've promised, I'll take somebody out for a run in the middle of February, if the weather's alright, for their birthday. So, as you can see, this is a big single, 400cc's. It's actually a Japanese import. Never imported the 400 to this country, only the 600. And of course in Japan there's a different licensing for 400, so that we have most motorcycles in Japan tend to be 400 or under, and hence we get some really fast, high revving 400 race bikes, which makes the Japanese market stuff really good to get hold of. This one has got a single small disc because it's one of the first early ones. You can see with that black ring round by the wheel hub, there's actually got fitment for bolting another disc on, and on the forks itself you can see we could put another caliper on. I have a caliper and I have the discs, but I've tried to make this one as light as possible, and the single disc stops it just as quick anyway. It's not very heavy. It's not too fast, about 80-85 I think I can get out of it. I have the 600 version in race trim. It's got a ported head and bored out and higher cam, and that's good for about 110 on a good day, but that's a completely different kettle of fish than this one, in which case I'm running with much bigger brakes than standard. So that's this one, and this is my last year's. I bought a new stand, this ABBA stand, much more stable than the paddock stands I had before. I'm hoping that it'll be its money's worth, because it was, well, I suppose it was about £100. And it has handled my big bikes as well as my small bikes, so I'm pleased with it so far. And you can see the footrest, there's some rusty bolts that just got rusty by just sitting in the shed. They're all coming off, as is the gear change lever, and they're all going to be grip blasted and then powder coated to stop them rusting anymore, as is the side stand. This bike was renovated in lockdown 4 years ago, nearly 5 years ago, and of course I couldn't get things powder coated at the time, so we had to do what we could. I now do my own powder coating for small brackets. I will, when I get the oven sorted out, be able to do wheels. I'm not doing it as a business, I'm just doing it for renovation. If you look at the forks in the headlight, you can see it's covered with a coating, and it's an XCP rust barrier. I used to use AFC 50, but I find this stuff's a little bit stickier and harder to get off, which means it's more protection. And coating anything that's chrome or going to rust with that, excluding the discs and brakes, really stops things rusting. And I've been using it for several years, and it makes a big difference. Saves a lot of money in the long run. And you can see all the wires off ready to connect the new stator, and when I get it on, and then it needs a good polish, and then it's going away. Well, I'm just going to round up tonight. It's only a brief one today, just to show you that I'm still alive. Nothing philosophical to say, really. I'm just starting to wind down into being retired. It's not as easy as it sounds. I do have plans to do loads of stuff, and I'm slowly wading through them. But once I get the sidecar done in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I think most of the time stuff will be done. Or of course I've got to do my books. The accountant's been ringing me up to ask if I'm still alive, so I better go do them today or tomorrow, although they had to be postponed because I broke the screen on my laptop, and so I couldn't download anything until it came yesterday, and I fitted a new screen and it works perfectly, so I now have no excuse to finish my books tonight or tomorrow. After that, I will be trying to get the trike brought in somewhere, look at that, finish this Yamaha SRX, and what else is happening this week? I'm eventually going to have all my flu jabs. Now, I've been a very naughty boy, as they say in Monty Python, and I've avoided them. So tomorrow afternoon I go get them all, apart from my shingles, which I'm having on the 16th or the 18th of, or something like that, of this month, my first one. I certainly don't want shingles at my age, because they can be very irritating. I've nursed lots of people who's had it when they're older, and none of them said they particularly liked it. So anything to prevent it is a good idea. I certainly aren't an anti-vaxxer, but I won't get started on vaccines and medications and all that sort of stuff today. That's a big subject for another day of reflection on what works and what doesn't. Anyway, I shall probably do one in a week, and I'm just going to start doing a few little things like this SRX, now that I'm sort of settling down into deciding how to do videos. I've also been trying to do some video editing, and I can safely say I haven't succeeded yet. But there's time, probably another 30 years, so I should get the hang of it by, I don't know, March, April. If you look carefully, I have using a ring to try and light my face up a bit better, and I've also got a microphone. So the first part of this video is on the phone's microphone, and most of it is actually on a microphone, a directional microphone, which did seem to give a lot better sound. And if you'd listened to my previous one in the thunderstorm and hail and the wind, hopefully we won't be getting that so much. Anyway, that's enough for me rambling. May God go with you, and I'll see you next time.